personally, I think Home Alone's the best one.
Okay, I was just about to ask you.
Yeah. Elf is probably my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you asked me when I was a kid, probably Elf. The older and older I get, Home Alone just hits harder and harder.
Yeah.
Especially all the dramatic stuff and the heartfelt stuff. And it's just funny, start to finish.
Yes. I watched Home Alone maybe like a week ago or so. And one of the things that I think makes a Christmas movie even better is it's a Christmas movie, but it's not really centered around Christmas.
Yeah,
like,
it's not dependent on that fact.
Yes,
It could have been a summer vacation.
Like Die Hard, like Home Alone, where it's Christmas, but that's not the point of the movie.
No.
You can watch it any time of the year, like The Godfather has a little Christmas scene.
Yeah.
But
That was Goodfellas.
Yeah, so does Goodfellas. And it's just kind of a way that to paint the setting where it's cold out, the decorations are up,
the whole house is red and green.
Yeah.
They did such a good job at making it feel Christmassy. There's poinsettias everywhere. Mm-hmm. And just that giant house is so awesome.
I wonder what the dad does.
They never say, but in the second movie, they also say that he's paying for it. The McAllisters are paying for everyone to go, even the uncle and the aunt and all their kids.
Wow.
And because there's a line where Uncle Frank, who is so mean, he's such an asshole.
He really is.
He's the
he
absolute
calls this
worst.
little kid a jerk for spilling like milk everywhere.
My dad dies every time during that scene.
Did you little jerk?
And in the second movie, he says to Kevin you better pipe down. Your dad's paying good money for this trip.
Damn.
Yeah.
I have to say, Home Alone 2 maybe watched once when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you only ever seen it one time?
Only ever seen it one time. I just remember he was in an attic, there was doves and old women and Donald Trump and...
Home Alone 2 it's not as good because it's kind of just the same movie.
Yeah.
It's just as watchable and if not more fun.
The only thing is there's something that holds me back from watching the second one where I'm the first one is just so good and I just feel like there's really no need for a second one.
There was no need for a second one at all, but in no way do I think the second one tampers down on what the first one did.
Is that another Christmas movie or no?
The second one takes place Christmas, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
But they're in New York.
Yeah. He gets lost in New York. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Oh, okay.
John Mulaney had a great bit about how you can't be lost in New York. It's a grid system.
It's very easy to get lost.
I know. No, Home Alone 2 is obviously wouldn't be the best one to judge.
Yeah.
But it captures magic of New York and the fun stuff and the roaring metropolis. But it also shows a lot of grimy dirtiness, and there's a scene where Kevin walks alone at night, and it's very not for kids.
I really have to rewatch it because I don't remember.
You really should.
Thing,
I'm amazed you've only seen it one time.
Me too, actually.
It's so good.
But I think it was just kind of principle from that point on where I'm I only saw it once. Maybe I just didn't like it as a kid. I'm not gonna watch it again.
I'm similar with the Muppet Christmas Carol. I think I tried to watch it one time.
Oh, I like it. It's fun.
Maybe 6-7 years ago, and
it's Michael Caine, man.
I know, and I never finished it. But it's just one of those things where I'm just I just have no desire to watch it. As much as I love the Muppets and I love A Christmas Carol, but I don't know why I just can't will myself to watch it. I can't convince myself that I'd like it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually, I bet you I'm going to watch Home Alone 2, and I bet I'm going to enjoy it. It's just kind of me just being an naysayer at this point.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to say one thing.
You're just trying to be contrarian.
One thing before we close on Home Alone. I think the mom is the best character in the entire thing.
Oh, she is. You totally buy her desperation to get back to her son. Yeah.
And it's just so, touching and... I don't know, it's just heartwarming and stuff, and just how she's even though they left her damn kid, she's still a mother who cares when everyone in the family just kind of casted him off, but she was the only one who cared about him.
Yeah, you can tell she genuinely feels bad, and I love at the end when she comes into the house and it's just the two of them.
Yeah,
and he just kind of looks at her first. He doesn't fully forgive her yet, which is a nice little moment. But then they hug, but also the way she gets back. John Candy has maybe the best cameo in movie history.
Yes.
Him showing up is just amazing.
What was he telling her? That he's in some band?
He's in a polka band.
He's in a polka band.
Kenosha Kickers, Twist Me Polka, ringing any bells?
Yeah, he was super good, and I was like, why is he in this movie?
They were on SCTV together. It was like a sketch show in Canada back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how they knew each other. And Candy had just done a movie with John Hughes, who wrote Home Alone.
Okay.
Have you seen Plane, Trains, and Automobiles?
No.
Okay.
But I know that's a good one. He's in that, right?
Yeah, it's a Thanksgiving movie. They're trying to get home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah.
Damn, I should have watched
There's
it.
nothing really thematically about it, but still, it's the only movie that you could call a Thanksgiving movie, really.
For some reason, I think it's because of the... I don't know, now we're talking about Thanksgiving movie, but whatever. The Godfathers are a Thanksgiving movie to me. Because...
AMC plays them every year.
It's a marathon
right? Yeah.
every year, and I'm always watching it at my cousin's house, so it's a Thanksgiving movie to me.
Yeah, I think Plane, Train, which is so good. Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. You should watch that.
Yeah. I also think some of the Harry Potters are technically a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah, I think like they mentioned...
A lot of them are Christmas, too. So.
The first one, there's a Christmas bit in it, I remember. And there's
like a big feast.
Yeah.
That's really it.
And there's a Christmassy theme they use for it. So yeah, there's enough to identify with that. I think everything in Sorcerer's Stone, but it might pop up in a couple of the other ones. Mm-hmm. Oh, the only other Thanksgiving movie I can think of is a movie called Home for the Holidays. It had Holly Hunter and Robert Downey Jr. in it. And most of it's like a dysfunctional family Thanksgiving dinner. It's pretty neat. It's a fine movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Speaking of RDJ, what do you think of considering Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie?
Now, I am someone who considers Die Hard a Christmas movie.
Yes, me too.
I think there's enough Christmas in it. Mm-hmm. Iron Man 3, I don't think there's enough.
I think there is.
Okay, interesting.
Because like he's in the cold, and like the town is like very, it's wintry and there's snow everywhere, and he's like wearing like winter. It's enough for me.
Okay.
And there's a Christmas
tree. Everyone has their own gauge.
Yeah, I think there's like a Christmas tree in his mansion that gets blown up eventually, and he gives...
Yes, there is.
He gives Pepper Potts a big present.
And I think Happy's also looking at a big tree when there's that explosion that he gets caught up in. And at the end, it's Christmassy. Because there's lights on that big barge. And he says to Rhodey, "Oh, it's Christmas, what do you do? Take him to church." And then all the suits show up.
See, it's a Christmas movie. Come on.
I can understand how people
if
think
they
enough.
if he says it's Christmas, it's a Christmas movie. Like, come on.
That's Shane Black directed that, who also directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is another like fringe Christmas movie that Robert Downey Jr.'s in. Mm-hmm. If you like Iron Man 3, you'd like that movie. I think it's so good, and the Nice Guys. It's very similar to the Nice Guys.
Guy with
same
Ryan
director.
Gosling?
Yeah, same director.
It's a Christmas movie?
Nice Guys isn't. But almost every movie he writes is Christmas. He wrote Lethal Weapon, which is Christmas, and a bunch of other stuff. Long Kiss Goodnight, which is another Christmas movie with Sam Jackson in it.
Okay.
But yeah, he's written a bunch of Christmas action movies. Mm-hmm. But no, Iron Man 3 it's kind of on the fringe for me, but I understand how some people see it. But Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Definitely a Christmas movie.
And I think maybe the best action movie ever made.
Because Die Hard is... I think John McClane is just so cool.
He's the best because he's awesome, but he's not too awesome.
Yeah, he's a very ordinary guy. He was just a cop that kind of just got caught up in this, and he just, plowed his way through it.
Yeah, and he doesn't feel like, a super cop doing a bunch of impossible things. It's like, no, he takes them on one at a time, finds ways to get through it. He gets shot himself, he ends up on the broken glass.
And I like how, like, the guests in there, when like they're being held up, his wife, or I don't know what the relationship was.
They're still married, but
okay.
They're very much on the rock.
She's like, they seem upset. It's John.
Yeah.
So like, it's just this one like good Samaritan that everyone's rooting for, and like he's just basically saving everybody, and I don't know. It's just such a you cannot just. Fuck, what am I trying to say? You just have to get hyped up watching it.
I agree. And I think that's for some people say like, it's not a Christmas movie. I think there's a significant amount of Christmas in it.
No, yeah. I mean, the whole circumstance of why he's there is because it's a Christmas
party. There's Christmas decorations everywhere. Mm-hmm. He puts the Santa hat on the dead guy. Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. They listen to Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. They play Let It Snow at the end. And there's mentions of it everywhere. I
think the only thing that maybe people like... First, it doesn't have to say really. It's an action movie, so people would probably already cast it off as not a Christmas movie. But I think one of the things that is important is that it's in LA, so it's not your conventional TV Christmas where it's snow on the ground and stuff like that.
I will say, I always thought this could be completely unintentional, But at the end, when there's the explosion and the bail bonds are all flying, I always thought the papers looked like it was mimicking snow falling.
That is probably exactly what it is, to be honest.
And Let It Snow plays, and it's just... And I think it's certainly a Christmas movie. I have no doubt in my mind. I have to watch every Christmas, and I feel weird watching it other times a year. I associate it with the time that much.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it in other time. I mean, this is the second time I ever watched it, but I watched it during Christmas, and the first time, and I watched it during Christmas now, so it's going to be just a Christmas movie at this point. So...
an argument I hate, I've heard people say before, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life is not a Christmas movie until the last 45 minutes.
I just it's a Wonderful Life. It's on all the time during Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm always, like, watching a little bit, like, here and there. I've never watched it all the way through, so I can't really... I kind of get the gist of it, so... But I don't recall anything about Christmas until... Like you said, the end where he goes.
Yeah.
Oh, and every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Yeah, it's just chronicling his life for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
No mention of Christmas whatsoever. And then he and again, like at the end, it's like he gets down during Christmas time. Mm-hmm. Christmas doesn't play a crucial part in the plot at all. Christmas plays a bigger part in Die Hard than it plays in It's a Wonderful Life. It just sweetens the deal in It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, I think it's because, like, he's... What's he's like trying to like love his life? Like what's the deal?
He's about to jump off a bridge and end his life because he's in so bad with money got in the wrong hands and all complicated stuff.
So I think the reason why it's Christmas is because it's a very it's a joyous time and it's really a time to like I don't know kind of reflect end of the year and. It's just a good way for him to be happy with where he is.
Yeah.
Everyone's together, everyone's happy, and it's the end of the year, reflection. He just had a whole angel give him a knock on the head.
And I think it does almost line up more with what we associate with Thanksgiving values. Be thankful for what you have. And that's what Clarence shows him. He shows him, look at what things would have been like without you. And he's like, I should be happy that what I did and who I am. Mm-hmm. And no, I do think... And Christmas is a very reflective time for the end of the year. I think the 6 days in between Christmas Day and New Year's are the most reflective and thoughtful time of the year.
Also because how you said, like, look how it would have been without you. Christmas is, like, it can be, like, the happiest time of year, or it can be, like, a very hard time.
Yes.
When you're, like, missing like, relatives and loved ones and stuff like that. So it's another point to use it, I guess. Yeah,
because I do like things that get into how happy Christmas can be and how sad it can be and how difficult it can be.
Yeah.
And...
I like this. I like when there's like Christmas songs where there's like the super joyous Christmas, and there's like the Prince song, like Another Lonely Christmas, something like that, where it's like a sad, like it's like a pretty sad love song for Christmas. I love like the two like
more songs than people realize for like Christmas are really sad.
Yeah,
like Blue Christmas is a sad song.
Blue Christmas,
All Alone on Christmas, Christmas Baby Please Come Home is like it's not that happy a song. It's still a plea for someone to come home. Mm-hmm. Even I'll Be Home for Christmas, only in my dreams. Like it's not a happy song.
There's one we were talking about where it's like we were saying it's like super dark, but I forget what song it was. I think it was a Sinatra song. All right, well, now that we're on the topic though, even though I don't remember what I was going to say.
It's all good.
Favorite Christmas song?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I have a very long Christmas playlist.
Yeah.
And I feel like what gets a lot of play is...
Just throw a few names out if you can.
Christmas Baby Please Come Home, Darling Love. Mm-hmm. Santa Claus Coming to Town, Bruce Springsteen version.
Ooh, Little B. Springs.
Mm. He also has Merry Christmas Baby, which is a very good Christmas song he did. There's so many. There's a really good song by the Staves called Home Alone 2, spelled T-O-O. Mm. Again, very sad song. Like Blue Christmas is a classic. And like I love like I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. A lot of like the old classic carols are really good for a reason. Oh Come All Ye Faithful. What about you?
I'm gonna say it again. John Lennon. What's it called? It's like Happy Christmas.
War is Over.
War is Over. Holy what? It's an epic. It's an epic.
It is. And again, a fairly sad song because the war was still going on when he wrote it.
Yes.
And it's this plea for peace. It's not saying, oh, there is peace.
And I think it, even though there's Christmas in it, it's a song that's so good that it can be like played any year round,
Definitely.
anytime.
Yeah, it's such a
year.
beautiful song.
Yeah, and there's that. I like, again, with like how there's movies. There's a spectrum between like, strictly Christmas, and then like there's blurred lines. Same with music, where like there's these strictly like, oh, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa, like just songs you would, or Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas. There's just songs that you would never play, only if it's Christmas.
Yeah.
But there's just songs that just have like little Christmas hits.
Yeah.
A little bit of this, a little sprinkle, a little tinsel, a little bow, little ornaments. I mean, I still don't think you would. There's Karma Chameleon. You know that song?
Oh yeah, by Culture Club, right? Boy George. Yeah.
I've heard like this thing where it could be considered a Christmas song because it goes red, gold, and green. So red, gold, and green and Christmas.
I bet there's a lot of songs people associate with the season. In Elf, there's "You Make Me Feel So Young" by Sinatra, which every time I hear it feels like a Christmas song to me because I've always associated with that.
A lot of Sinatra songs to me sound like a Christmas song.
I think it makes Just
because Sinatra is just the Christmas, and same with Michael Bublé. They just have so many Christmas songs that you think it's a Christmas song when they come on.
Yeah, Sinatra and Dean Martin. I've listened to enough outside of
Andy
that.
Williams.
Andy Williams, I can still only think of Christmasly though.
Well, yes. Every other song, like Moon River. Have you ever heard that song?
I know the song. I don't like his version. He's got too powerful a voice.
I like his version.
Okay.
But yeah, they just have like the voice. Not that they have a Christmas voice, but their voice is so identified with it now.
Yes. So much of they they probably put these. Well, I know Bing Crosby probably started it all in like the 30s and 40s, and then everybody that just kind of became the sound of Christmas. These big band and brass instrument things, and like that's still being imitated today. Michael Bublé's album was a huge hit and is still played on the radio all the time.
Yeah,
and it's all in that style.
I also like how if say Charlie Brown Christmas. The original soundtrack is so good.
Oh, it's amazing.
That it's all considered Christmas music, Christmas music that they'll play on the radio or something like that.
And like, there's some sleigh bells in it, but it could be applied to anything. But
I think like Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'll play them both. But yeah, like the music transcended from not just it's not like just in the movie bubble is what I'm trying to say. But like it's just solidified in like Christmas playlists on Spotify and stuff like that.
And I think that special is maybe the best Christmas TV special ever made, the Charlie Brown one. Yeah. And the music adds so much to it. And I asked my mom last week. It came on the radio. The Christmas Time Is Here song, I think. Christmas time is here. Time for toys and cheese. And I just asked her like, oh, who do you know who the piano player is? And she went, Schroeder. I said, no, the real man who played the piano on the song. But no, Vince Guaraldi is amazing. All three of the specials, like the Halloween special, it's spooky enough and different enough, and he really made those specials. And I love that one so much too, because that's anti-commercialism and I mean it's pretty kind of, I don't want to say out of line, but kind of rare now. But back then as well, to just have a special where a kid just reads from the Bible, and that's like the big climax of the show.
Yeah, with that Linus, right?
Yeah, Linus goes to center stage.
Yeah, when he stands up and he's talking about like the meaning of Christmas and stuff like that. Yeah, that was cool.
And it's just such a beautiful ending when they go and they say like, oh, Charlie Brown's tree. Yeah, well, maybe it wasn't such a bad tree, and they just all sing together.
And what about? I like the scene when I think it like there's multiple like back and forth scenes with them, but Linus and Charlie like sitting at the wall looking over the ice rink. Yeah. I love that when they're talking and stuff like that. That's super cool. And I think the new Peanuts movie, I think that's also supposed to be a Christmas movie. I'm not sure.
I know I saw it. I can't remember much about it. I remember being
like during like it was like placed during the winter because there was also like the ice rink scene.
Oh, okay.
So I don't remember if it was like it wasn't the Christmas special.
Yeah.
But I think there was like a Christmas theme to it, or maybe maybe it was Valentine's Day, something like that.
I can't remember. I remember the movie being solid though.
Yeah. Oh, what about the Guardians of the Galaxy special. What do you think of that?
I loved it. I loved every
Dude,
second.
it was so good. It was actually so much fun.
The soundtrack from start to finish was really good. It starts with Fairy Tale of New York, which is such a good Christmas song.
Yeah, yeah.
And your boy is in it.
Which boy?
Julian.
Oh, yes. I thought you were going to say Kratos.
No, not Kratos. Kratos and Julian Casablancas both are in the special one way or another.
Dude, that like, oh my god, when Julian came on, holy crap.
Yeah.
I wish your balls Christmas today.
Such a rocker. Such a rocker of a song.
Really?
And no, the special was so good. It's heartfelt enough, but not too much. It's actiony enough, but not too much. It's all done so well in 45 minutes, and it's fun. It's just
super
pure fun.
hilarious.
It is
Super hilarious. Probably one of, I think all the Guardians movies are probably the funniest MCU movies, but this one in particular was like probably like the most I've laughed.
They pack a lot of laughs into 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's like super good, and Mantis is like probably the best character in the movie.
Mantis and Drax are so good in this together.
I mean, like Drax is like is like normal, stupid, funny self,
Yeah.
but like Mantis was like super
Mantis was
funny.
hilarious.
I forget like the line she says, but it was all so good. And and Kevin Bacon was
Another example where he just commits so hard to this, and
Yeah.
it works so well.
yeah, he was really good too. And he was running down. He was like, he's doing good, man.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was actually pretty crazy.
You could tell he went all in with it, which was so good.
Yeah, he was having a lot of fun on there, but I think it was cool because they keep mentioning like his characters and stuff like that. Like, oh, you saved the town from dancing. He goes,
Yeah.
well, that was a character.
Yeah.
Ren McCormick. It wasn't really me. And then what was the other one that they referenced? Oh, you killed Michael or Jason Voorhees or something like that.
Oh yeah.
He's like also a character.
Yeah, and
like,
Jason killed me.
Yeah, and then they go, this guy sucks. And then they bring him and they're like, just don't tell Peter that we hate him. And Groot is like
Groot is huge.
Groot's a certified juicer in this movie.
Groot has been popping some pills and taking some shots in between movies because he is massive here. I don't know how old he's supposed to be. He's not a teenager anymore because that was an Infinity War.
Yeah, young
Endgame.
adult or something.
Yeah, I guess he's in his 20s now.
Yeah.
But still, he was skinny in the first movie when he was grown.
I enjoy that he's aging so much faster because, he's a tree, so I guess they would have figured trees take a long ass time to grow.
Yeah, he's an alien too. Doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah. But like say like Baby Yoda, where he's just one forever.
Yeah, you really write yourself into a corner.
Yeah, but just seeing Groot, and this is the first movie I think, the special is where we see him that old.
Oh yeah, it was the first thing they've been. Well, they were in Thor, but I don't even know.
No,
I can't even remember what Groot.
He was still like a little.
He was still a skinny guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the first time they've actually like done anything since Endgame, and even then they just showed up at the end and fought. So really, since Infinity War, the last time any character things happened. Mm-hmm. And I do want to know how he got Bucky's arm, but
yeah,
that's such a good Christmas gift, though.
It is a great Christmas gift.
The natural segue from Guardians to what do you think of Miracle on 34th Street, Mikey?
I've never seen it.
You never seen it?
No.
Oh, it's really good.
What a transition, but unfortunately it didn't land.
It's a good segue when you use the word segue in it.
Yes, that's very true. Very true.
You haven't seen that? I thought you would have seen that.
No, I haven't seen it, but I have heard that like good things about it, and I've heard that the Santa in it is like Santa.
Maybe the best Santa I've seen, honestly. Yeah, he's just
Better than Tim Allen though.
Maybe
Hard to top.
it's tough.
Hard to top.
The Santa it's hard to top. The Santa Claus Miracle on 34th Street does hit a man though. He does become violent at one point.
What?
You just got to see it.
Okay.
You'll understand when you see it.
Was he on the naughty list?
Oh, this guy was totally on the naughty list. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was a therapist, which Tim Allen Santa Claus
Neil?
has a mutual hatred for.
Yes.
They both hate therapists.
Makes sense. Because I guess therapists use the legend of Santa as a coping mechanism.
I guess so. I guess they do.